Putin acknowledges that Belarus now has the first nuclear weapons used in the Ukraine war. According to Vladimir Putin, Russia has already stationed a first group of tactical nuclear weapons in Belarus. The president of Russia stated at a symposium that they would only be deployed if the state or territory of Russia was in danger. According to the U.S. government, there is no indication that the Kremlin will attack Ukraine with nuclear weapons. The U.S. Secretary of State, Antony Blinken, responded to Mr. Putin's remarks by saying, "We don't see any indications that Russia is preparing to use a nuclear weapon." Belarus, a crucial ally of Russia, served as the starting point for Vladimir Putin's all-out invasion of Ukraine in February of last year. By the end of the summer, according to Mr. Putin, the tactical nuclear warheads will have been transferred. The decision was made for containment, the Russian president said in response to questions following a speech at the St. Petersburg International Economic Forum, and to warn anyone considering inflicting a strategic defeat on us. When the forum moderator inquired as to whether or not those weapons might be used, he responded, "Why should we threaten the entire world? I've already stated that using drastic measures is a possibility if the Russian state is in danger." Small nuclear warheads and delivery systems, known as tactical nuclear weapons, are designed for limited strikes or employment on the battlefield. They are made to eliminate enemy targets in a particular location without generating significant radioactive fallout. The smallest tactical nuclear weapons can have a yield of no more than 1 kiloton, which is equal to 1,000 tons of the explosive TNT. The biggest ones have a maximum mass of 100 kilotons. In contrast, the U.S. dropped a 15 kiloton atomic bomb on Hiroshima in 1945. Following their travel to Kyiv on Friday as part of a peace offer they are presenting to both countries, African leaders are scheduled to meet with the Russian president in St. Petersburg. However, the city came under Russian missile bombardment while they were inside. Cyril Ramaphosa, the president of South Africa, called for a de-escalation on both sides and peace talks. He stated, "We come here to listen and acknowledge what the people of Ukraine have gone through." Volodymyr Zelensky, the president of Ukraine, argued that rather than making diplomatic overtures to Russia, the country should be cut off diplomatically as a sign that the world community deplored its invasion. Mr. Zelensky stated that Kyiv would not engage in talks with Moscow as long as it was still occupying Ukrainian territory. Mr. Putin again reaffirmed his view that Ukraine's military counteroffensive had no chance of success. He added that the Ukrainian military was rapidly running out of its own supplies and would soon be dependent solely on equipment given by the West. He warned that any F16 US fighter jets handed to Ukraine will burn, no doubt about it, adding that you can't fight for long like that. Similar criticisms have already been refuted by Ukraine, which claims they are making headway in retaking both eastern and southern Ukrainian territory. Hanna Maliar, the Deputy Minister of Defense for Ukraine, reported on Friday that troops had advanced 2 kilometers in all directions in the south of the nation. The BBC is unable to independently confirm battlefield assertions. The number of Russian victims in Ukraine warned of Russia moving nuclear weapons to Belarus, what is required for the Ukrainian offensive to be successful. The Russian leader also discussed economic issues, arguing that sanctions imposed by the West on Russia had not succeeded in isolating it and had instead increased trade between Russia and the markets of the future. He hailed recent agreements with Latin American, Asian, and Middle Eastern nations, referring to them as reliable, responsible partners.